Welcome back. I'm Jim Wade, founder of Top Floor Insurance. Today we're going to talk about umbrella insurance, otherwise called excess liability insurance. And once again, we're shooting from the Atlanta Tech Village building, which is very good, very cool. If you don't know anything about it, you should look it up and Google it. Top Floor Insurance will be moving in here in about 4 or 5 months when they finish building it out, so we're excited to be filming from here. Today, again, we're going to talk with the last couple of episodes. We talked about property insurance, we talked about liability insurance, we talked about current market pricing, we talked about exclusions, a whole lot of information that hopefully is going to make you a better buyer of apartment community insurance. This one's real simple, umbrella insurance or excess liability insurance. What does it do? It takes the liability insurance you have, the $1 million per occurrence, and increases it as much as you want. So if you have a terrible accident that's happened at your apartment community and you're getting sued for $10 million and you go to court and there's a judgment for $5 million, the liability policy would pay the $5 million. So the question is, how much do you need? I mean, if you have one apartment community, is there a certain amount you need? If you have 100 apartment communities, is there a certain amount of umbrella coverage you should need there? We're going to keep the discussion pretty simple. This is the first time you'll hear me say this, but it's the only honest answer. There actually is no definitive answer of how much you should have. A lot of people have these thumbnail type ideas. Attorneys will tell you what you need. I can tell you from my experience what I tell my clients. And that is, you need to look at the amount of liability insurance you have to cover your property or properties in respect to how much value, cash value there is in any particular LLC. So if they're all separated in different LLCs, as they should be, how much, if somebody wanted to sue you and they said, okay, there's $5 million of insurance money over here, and the apartment community in cash value or if we put it up for sale and took the mortgage out of it, it's only worth $200,000. Well, I think they're going to probably concentrate on the $5 million and leave you alone. Flip-flop, if you only have $1 million worth of liability insurance and you've got an apartment community that's all cash with no mortgage and it's worth $20 million, they're going to say, hey, if it's a serious accident and they think there's some negligence on your part, they're going to take that check from the insurance company for $1 million and they're going to take you to court over the next 5 years and wear you out and potentially take all your assets away. So that's really the crux of it. You need to look at what the value of your property is, of the LLC, hopefully it's carved into an LLC, and put that in relation to the amount of liability insurance you have. What's the ratio? Should it be 2 to 1, 5 to 1, 10 to 1? There is no magic answer. I can tell you most apartment communities, individual apartment communities, carry at least $5 million, the ones that I insure. If they have a small schedule, it's probably at least $10 million. If they have a little larger schedule, maybe they have 20 or 30 properties, we're probably getting up in the $25 and $30 million area. What's the cost of umbrella insurance? The cost of umbrella insurance is all based on the first couple of $1 million, the first $3 or $4 million. After that, it gets very, very cheap. So it would depend on the type of portfolio you have as to what the first few million would cost. I can't give you a formula for that. But I can tell you that after, say, the first $5 million, it's usually about $750 to $1,000 per million. So you can load up those layers nicely over about 3 to 4 or 5 million at a very inexpensive cost. So you want to go from 10 to 25 million, it's probably going to be another 15 grand, unless you have a very large schedule, which is going to throw these numbers up some. So that's all we have on umbrella insurance today. No real exclusions. Umbrella generally is also called an excess liability policy. Most of the time today, they follow the form of the general liability. So whatever exclusions you have in general liability may show up in your umbrella. So really when you're looking at coverage, go back to that general liability policy. Make sure your umbrella is called an excess follow form policy, and it'll cover whatever the general liability covers. You should be in good shape. If you have any questions at all, feel free to call me. I'm Jim Wade, founder of Top Floor Insurance, where all we do is provide better apartment community insurance, period.